I went 6-3 like a couple hours ago.
Oh wow,
It was pretty good. Pretty good.
Look at you.
My advice when you play your friend, you play either Pauper or Artisan. So Artisan means you can only use cards that are uncommon and common rarity. So this way you.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Nerd On Update with just Tom. I did not know if my mic was on. I had to make sure. No, there's no intro because I'm all by myself today. What's going on? Welcome, welcome. It's Monday. It's Memorial Day. I'm by myself. There was no intro. What else can be said? How you doing, everyone in chat? Battery Print, thank you for subbing 53 months. And we don't introduce the hosts, but again, it's unhinged. It's my show this time, so I'm gonna do whatever I want, and this is gonna go on our YouTube later on, and everyone's gonna be like, Tom, what the fuck is this? And I'm gonna be like, you know what? It's what I did, baby. It's how I do it. This is the Nerd On Update, the weekly show where we talk about the nerdy news that excites us. You know, it's really funny. I feel like we talk about the kind of nerdy news, and like we like it excites us, makes us happy, makes us sad, yada yada. And I realize there's a whole podcast called the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast, which I'm like, oh, it's kind of like that. But it's just mainly about topical, newsical things. But today it's gonna be a little different, and the second part of the show where we're going to answer questions from you, the audience. But since it's just me, can Tom do a 1 hour show by himself? He has before, and we'll see if he can do it again. So today, you know, let's do the no au naturel, the rondelay, the catch up, the weekend musings, what happened to us. I was in the green room in the Discord, and if you're not part of the Discord already, you should be joining nerdon.tv/Discord. And if you want to be part of the green room for $1 a month, nerdon.tv/Patreon, you can chat with us before we go live, and we talk about everything. And we were recently just talking about what I was doing this weekend, what happened, and we were talking about black and white films, and like how for people who I'm gonna call them cinephiles, because I feel like due to shitty fandoms such as like Star Wars and DC, Marvel, all that stuff, all the Comic-Con-y shitty toxic nerds who are like, the real fans are this, the blah blah, blah fans are that. I'm gonna say that the cinephiles. I think the cinephiles is a good category to suggest. If you're a cinephile, you really can see the value of a properly graded black and white film, and some films who are given this black and white treatment. I recently went to the Vidiot store over in Eagle Rock for the first time. If you don't know what Vidiots are, they are I don't know, they're a theater, and they're also a store where you could rent physical media. I never been, but I've been following their social media for a minute because they tend to have like cool screenings of films that you might not have seen in theaters. And you know, a lot of different celebrities actually like premiere their like indie films there, which is pretty cool. I did get tickets to I think it was Werewolf Among Us. Sam Richardson, Milani Vaintroop. I forget her name. But they had a film. They had their screening of their film in there. I forget what it was. Corey was talking about it. You would love it, Battery Print. You would love Vidiots. I think anyone who likes physical media who misses the video store kind of vibe, Suncoast, FYE, like Media Play, you know, even like a Blockbuster or a Hollywood Video, like you go there, you rent out the films or TV shows. I was gonna go possibly rent Andor, and I was just like, do I really rent this out? Honestly, I thought there wasn't going to be a stream for tonight, but you know what, Mamba? Even though it's a holiday today, what are my nerds doing on a holiday. So we're gonna give you some of the news, and I'm glad that you guys are here with us. So that's 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 it. We made it happen. There was going to be a few of us, and then all of a sudden things came up, and I was like, I'll do a solo show, and there's going to be anything I want to talk about, however I want to talk about it, and yeah. So I ended up going to Vidiots and then watching Johnny Mnemonic. Because they released a black and white version of Johnny Mnemonic in 2021, but maybe not a lot of people found out about it or knew about it because there was a lot of worldwide things happening. Anyways, so that was pretty cool. We're talking about like my hectic / busy schedule. The short film, What's Wrong with Her, that we shot and produced, is in film festivals, so I will be out of town or busy on weekends. But there are certain people who are like, we're trying to like develop new shows and other things with, and I'm kind of being brought on as like a very consultancy. I'm very like, the best way I can think about it is like a consultant, a guiding hand for many people trying to get their things off the ground, by providing as much experience and knowledge and wisdom of my failings or my lessons. So that kind of eats up a lot of my time, and then also just a lot of the different projects and videos and media that I'm putting onto the Patreon. If you guys haven't checked out that stuff, there's a hot new podcast on there. I'm really excited because I know podcast was our cornerstone like thing. That was what we came together to do. And whenever we get a chance to record one, I remember back in the day I used to give Josh a lot of grief because he was like, today we have a special episode. And I was like, if every episode's special, then none of them are special. But it's one of those things like every person's special. Every single one of them. Right? And I actually, which will slightly lead me to some of the news today. So yeah, you got caught up on my weekend. Thank you all for coming in. Let's get started with the show, with the news. If everything's special, then is anything special? And I said this today because for a long time, again, if you didn't read the notification for this stream of like, hey, we're going live, all the views that I'm about to say do not accurately reflect my co-hosts and any other nerd, and they should not become your personalities. They should just be my opinion, and then you can have a dialogue off of it. We'll do a clap. We'll do claps. Claps for ghosts. Claps for hosts of Ghosts Pass. And now we're on with the news. If every movie is fun, then are any movies fun anymore? And are we still having fun? I say this because I find that a movie being fun and that being the utter requirement for anyone to watch it has destroyed any incentive of anyone wanting to watch anything ever. Because it's like, do you want to go to this restaurant? They have nutrients. Is kind of like the worst way to sell a restaurant. Or to be like, oh, do you want to go to this restaurant? Their food has flavor. I'm not going to tell you which flavor, but it's flavor. And I think the utter saturation and marathon running of trying to be excited, not like in a negative, like disingenuous and facade way of liking movies. Let me go to my screen here. Not this. That's wrong. But this. Okay. Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. This film premiered this week. And there has been a lot of discord in the world of what the fuck happened. Now, here at Nerd On, we're not about breaking news. We're not about like, hey, we gotta type it super fast, have a half-cocked idea, and put it out to the world for our bajillions of people that are gonna have to go through a paywall anyways. Mad Max, Fury Road came out 2015. relatively about maybe $150,000 still, mid-range to high end, action-packed cinema spectacle. Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, was written during the production of it because there's so much downtime, and a lot of the people came back and they were telling the story of a very fan favorite character of Charlize Theron's Furiosa, and a little bit of like her story coming to being, a prequel, if you will. And a lot of people, for the most part, I think I'm included, felt like in 2015, Mad Max Fury Road was the best movie of the year. Such movies as Age of Ultron came out, Ex Machina came out. Those are the only movies I can really remember. And Ex Machina and Mad Max Fury Road were like my favorites. And it won like a bajillion like technical awards. And a lot of people were like, "Oh, we want to see the next one. This is like, elevating the genre of action and diesel punk and stuff like that." And so when this came out, a lot of people were like kind of excited. But I think what we saw, what we witnessed, is that it had a quote unquote lackluster box office performance for a Memorial Day weekend. This morning, top headlines: Mad Max Furiosa premieres to a $33 million opening weekend, which would be a 3-decade low for a Memorial Day weekend. And so what does it have? It has 168 million box budget, and then a 64 million box office as of right now. Wikipedia. I'm not going to go to like the count money mojo, whatever the hell. But then you got like, genius headlines like this: Furiosa edges Garfield. Deadline. Y'all killing it. Y'all killing the copy game. No one ever thought like, hey man, does that infer what we want our readers to discern? And then I'm assuming, just like my April Fool's thing, they were just like, hey bro, just do your thing. And they fucking said, okay, Furiosa edges. And it's like, why? But why? We're turning into BuzzFeed now. We're turning into, hey, let's just be memey and who gives a fuck, even though we're like kind of one of the big three in terms of like the trades for all of the entertainment industry. So like, cool, you guys don't give a fuck, so why should any readers give a fuck? And that's what destroys any of the integrity anyways. So a lot of people, apparently Garfield also came out this weekend, and yeah, Furiosa came out, and people were like, this is a good movie, why didn't it make a lot of money? And that goes back to what I brought it into. I think every movie being fun, every movie needing to be a bajillion dollar box office franchise IP cinematic universe fucking sucks. And general audiences need to wake the fuck up. And influencers need to realize that they don't do anything to help out movies anymore. They never did. If anything, they just kind of ruined the experience and create more merit of like, this is a carnival bullshit that no one gives a fuck about. It's hard. And the way I say this is like I thought about it this way, and this is the best way I can say it, because I can't say it in 150 characters or less. When the Return of the Jedi came out, and then when Phantom Menace came out, that was a 16-year difference. And then when Revenge of the Sith to A Force Awakens was a 10-year gap. And then after that, it was a new Star Wars movie every year from 2015. Was it 2015? 2015 all the way to 2019. And these like iconic landmark before the sequel series, I think Star Wars as itself in a franchise like accumulated or was net worth at $60 billion. This $60 billion franchise had 3 movies, a couple shows, some holiday things, and a lot of references, a lot of merchandise. And then we got every movie we could ever want, and we didn't want, and now a show every like 2 quarters. Um, and so yes, we've talked about super saturation, just particularly Disney, but I mean that as a systemically like specifically Star Wars, where it's hard, I think, for general audiences because I'm gonna just imagine general audiences are people who are like, why do they invent seatbelts? You know, that's how I think of what the general audience is, and I feel bad to say that because I don't think the marketing really rewards intelligence. And so no one knows what movie is good or bad anymore based off the trailers. They kind of let the internet meme it or let the internet hype it up like Barbenheimer, or the internet does nothing for it, and that's it. Like Civil War, I think did pretty well. Let's take a look. We're gonna take a look. Look at me, I'm a real streamer. Nothing I'm doing is about anything original I thought about. It's all about references to other people's work. Okay, Civil War. Civil War. $50 million budget, and then 113 million uh worldwide. Is that a success? Maybe. For me, I don't make it to the movies that often because I get paid so little, so I have to work 80 hours a week. It's hard to have a life job and also a frequent movie going experience. I have to make time by the time things are usually already done. With the runs, since runs are so short now, oh my god, he's just like Hassan. I know, right? Except I'm not going to just pretend to have only platonic relationships with my guests. But that I think that also is agreed. Everything's really fucking expensive. Movies are coming out so fucking fast, and also the short time releases. Fall Guy, I talked about this last week. The Fall Guy was in theaters this month and is already on digital. On digital, that's insane. That's fucking crazy. Like, you know, before when you had physical release, physical media, like literally you could find the Matt Damon. Hold on. You could find YouTube. You look at YouTube.com. We're gonna Matt Damon DVDs. You could find this interview right here. I'm gonna hover over it in Hot Ones, and he literally talks about how DVD sales saved most movies. If your movie was 100, maybe $80 million, and you made like 50, when the physical release came out, you'd make like another like $50 million. And so like you made $100 million out of your 80. Like you got to do that. You had a second life. You got a chance to do that shit. That's why director's cuts were fucking amazing, because if they did get re-released in theaters, boom, you didn't spend any more money making the thing. You just spent money on the post of it, which weirdly in the books doesn't count for production costs, but the post-production for it, and then the distribution of it. But also you got to kind of like re-release something, and then you got to do the re-release again for the DVDs. So like that is absolutely why, for people who might be watching, who whatever this attracts later on, they're like, well, fucking Zacky Snacky never knows how to make a good movie in the first place. He always has to have director's cuts. Like, he's kind of playing their game. He's playing the studio game of like, we want this. This is going to make what our bean counters think is the most money. And then he's like, well, I'm going to get what I want, and then also make you guys more money. How about that? And they're like, okay, cool. This guy will play the game with us, and then we can just fucking peddle off more money off of him. Like, and that's the business. Like, that's the goal. Like, are you collaborative? Are you good in the room to do that? It's not this like, ooh, I secretly made this shit without your permission. Like, he couldn't get the Snyder Cut done until like he had the rest of the money to make the thing with Warner Bros. He doesn't own those characters. Like, those are his versions, but he doesn't own the rights to the DC characters. Anyways, off that topic. So we got dead-brained a deadline over here with these like dumb headlines. What else are they talking about? David Lynch. This is news, guys. This is news. David Lynch tweets something that becomes a headlined article. That becomes a headline. That being said, David Lynch is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. He is pretty cool. So he said something is going to be, I watched the video. Something is coming on June 5. That's what he said. June 5. He didn't say June 5th. He said June 5. So I don't know what that means. This one's the one nope, not that one. This one. A lot of people have been talking about this. Knives Out. A lot of people love the first one. A lot of people missed out on the second one. I don't know. I haven't watched it yet, but you got Norton in there. You got Batista in there. I don't know who else is in there. It's on Netflix. But Josh O'Connor, Kaylee Spaney, again, more Civil War connective tissue. They're gonna be here. They're gonna be in Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery. Don't know if this is gonna be the last, but it is gonna be the next. The next of the Rian Johnson films. I'm kind of glad that Star Wars hasn't killed his career, because I think there are many people who, in a weird way, of course they wouldn't be a name without Star Wars, but also like they're kind of victims of Star Wars. So yeah, that's the thing. The thing I did sneak a peek at, because this is me being a little personal, friend of the show from multiple people, particularly Corey, Allie Dixon, is in a movie that came out recently, Thelma the Unicorn, on Netflix, where Allie plays Nikki the Narwhal. I don't want to spoil too much of the movie, but all I'm going to say is like kind of like the elevator pitch. I think original music, because I'm an old man now, so I don't know which is good music nowadays. But a rags to riches stories from a horse in the sticks that uses a lie to become a social media pop icon. And Allie Dixon, that's the only reason I watched the thing, because I'm like, oh, we're friends. I watched the thing. I know you. I watched it. It's on Netflix. Hey, look, for me, I just talked about like the integrity of movies. This is on Netflix. This is for the family, for like the family to watch. The one thing I'll say as an adult man who like wants this like gritty life, it has a funny satirical parody, whatever, commentary on the utter bullshit faux pas social media online presence shit, which I liked. And I thought, I didn't know they were going to do that, which was a delightful treat in my otherwise Mrs. Fields box of cookies of like, here's this little cute movie, have at thee. Check it out or don't check it out, whatever. All it was going to be like, cool, someone I know is in a pretty big movie on a pretty big network. That's that kind of news. That's the kind of news I'm going to give today. I'm not done yet. What other news do we have? Oh, okay. Yeah. See, look, guys, we're living in it. We're living in the plateau, the mecca, the peak news, because it's Memorial Day week Monday, but also there's too much shit. There's so much saturation of bullshit out in the world that like no one knows what's important anymore. Everyone has these little bites, and then it's just like, like it's so hard to be like, I need to go watch this movie because this movie actually might be good or might mean something, whatever. Raul Cooley, I enjoy this actor. I saw them first on iZombie, and then later on liked them in the Mike Flanagan shows on Netflix. Look, this is the headline. You can read the whole thing. Okay, but why were we talking to him? We were talking to him because what is this? What is this interview for? What is this interview for? This is being blown out of proportion. I wasn't going to address it, but now I have to now. I said during a podcast, I didn't get it. I didn't say I was running or I lost to Pedro Pascal or I was being... So, the news... This is Slash Film, by the way. So, Slash Film's news, this is a news outlet. Their news is to react to Deadline's news that the actor put on their social media. Let you know, this is where we're at, y'all. This is it. This is how our show. This is how our show works. We find fucking news. We talk about that shit. It's all a fucking bullshit game of telephone. Anyways, look at this. First thing is fucking hell. This is being blown out of proportion. Oh wait, this is like his actual thing. Because look what Armando Tinoco wanted to do, put this Talks losing Fantastic Four role of Reed Richards. I was on a podcast and I said I didn't get it. So that's it. I mean, I remember the days when Kevin Smith would do a show and then that would become news. And he was just like, I just said I saw pieces of the Snyder Cut. And everyone's like, Kevin Smith says Jack Snyder is better than Joss Whedon. It's like, Jesus Christ, guys. Like, the integrity, the literacy, the authenticity of digital consumption is so fucking garbage now. So let's see it. Blown away out of proportion, large part of about fan casting and mental health. So he talks about having a very human moment. You could probably read this shit on his social media. Why would you need /film here to go see something that the actor said? Anyways, and it's cool. It's cool that they said Raul Cooley. They didn't say like, iZombie actor has mixed feel. You know how like they fucking do that shit, because that's just stupid. As for Roll Page, one of my favorite actors out there, lovely person. This is very like good PR like training. Like, you know, we all speak kindly, but like I'll tell you right now, there. And I've said this before. You guys know this before. If I had a chance to just be cool with Ryan Coogler, first thing I'd say is like, you motherfucker. Like, I hate your ass. Because you have the career that I would want. Absolutely. And, like, I mean that with only respect. But the nice thing is, like, oh, I'm very happy for him, blah, blah. I can't say anything, like, inflammatory, right? Because that's just not how the industry works. And so, like, now we got to do all this shit. He's got to do all this cleanup shit. What's like to be fan cast. I guess he was fan cast as Reed Richards for a long time. Whatever. Good actor. I mean, I don't know if I don't know him as a person, so whatever. But it's really funny that a whole article has to talk about a social media post about another article that was referencing a podcast. Anyways, moving on. What do we got else now? What's the smart guy? Okay, it's comicbook.com. They have to have all the IP franchise shit you guys love, right? Jeremy Renner addresses his Mission Impossible exit and potential franchise return. What the fuck does that even mean? His exit and his return? Is he talking about I'm done, or is it talking about like addresses his Mission Impossible? I didn't even know he had an exit. Some characters never come back. Why would he have an exit and then now for a return? That sounds like some weird narrative bullshit. So let's just click in for 10 seconds. Okay, Jen Anderson. Okay, let's see what you wrote. Let's see. Will Jamie return to the MCU? Why did I read this about Mission Impossible? And then the first bold thing is the MCU. Anyways, because that's just how our eyes work, right? That's the first eye catch. All right, so yeah, I had to leave that. I was supposed to do more with them. I love those guys. I love Tom Cruise so much. We had so much fun, and I love that character so much. It requires a lot of time away. It's all in London. I had to just be a dad. It wasn't gonna work out then. Maybe now that my daughter's older, I could always happen. I jump into Mission Impossible anytime. Back into Brand. Jim Renner, I think is a very very likable actor. I think he does a pretty good job. Will he return to the MCU? I don't give a shit. I read this for the Mission Impossible. I like how sometimes when you read things on mobile, it says like it's a 1 minute read or a 2 minute read. What the fuck is this? Anyways, the front page changed. Cool. Becky Lynch loses title match against Morgan. This might be a Steve's news. See, that's actually a thing, not like someone reflecting about a thing that somehow is a news thing. Like, tell me an event which is news. Like, it's really weird to read news. It's like, the developer of this game you never heard of says updates are happening. It's like, fucking cool. Anyways. Knives Out. Next, Silent Hill. Transmission date revealed. Silent Hill. We like Silent Hill. The franchise that they said Hideo Kojima cannot do, and so he did Death Stranding instead. So let's see what they could do without him. Over the last few years... Whoa! No. Stop playing that. Alright. The Bluebird team working on a remake of Silent Hill 2. Yeah, Silent Hill, that's great. Silent Hill did next transmission date revealed. June. Okay, so something might happen. Announcement. Fans say tune in May 30th at 4 p.m. to the Silent Hill YouTube channel for the second installment where we share game updates. So the news is to show up somewhere to get more news. Not that a thing's dropping, not that there's a trailer, but hey, come to this thing for this thing that you like to maybe hear something about it. And maybe for mega fans, that's a huge thing. But holy shit, again, we are just falling in fucking love with these keynotes. Who gives a shit? Just give me the fucking thing. Like, but now there's so much fucking thing, we don't even know what to be excited about anymore. Maybe Hamlet was right all along. Maybe Shakespeare was right all along. We don't know good from bad. Anyways, all right, so Screen Rant, another reputable spot. Reputable news. Look at this shit. On their front page. This is Carrie Fisher's best friend reveals her first thoughts on Star Wars. Yo. Breaking news. Screen Rant. Look at this. Look. Screen Rant. Movie news, movie reviews, movie trailers, movie friends? Is that where we're at? Is that where we're at? Screen Rant. Good job. That's pop. Boom! That was the biggest, most important thing. Leonard doesn't need to be dead for young Sheldon's Penny reference to make sense. That's some crazy movie thing that I needed to read. This is the shit that you post on Facebook or that your relative posts because you watched one episode of a TV show with them and they're like, "You remember?" And you're like, "No, I don't." Bridgerton season 4 update. I heard there was some there was some spicy shit on Bridgerton, but again, this is it. Like, where is the importance? Where is, like, how do we start differentiating what is news, what is just fucking opinion shit? I don't get it. I don't, like, this is it. This is, like, these are called journalists. The people who write these like op-eds are journalists, and so they get more power on the internet when they say some shit versus when I say some shit, because I don't put it on a website. I did put like 3 things on a website, but that was my own fucking website. Anyways, moving on with giant freaking robot, the people that leak out all the good Star Wars, Marvel things. Single line of Star Trek dialogue that defied Gene Roddenberry. More news. Holy shit, guys. Look at this. FURIOSA proves Mad Max was never a blockbuster franchise. That actually might be a pretty good op-ed considering the news of this is the report of the box office earnings. Because they might have an opinion upon a fact. So, to be fair, Mad Max Fury Road didn't make that much money. It did not make more than $500 million. And I think it's really unfair for most franchises to have to be these giant mega franchises with a lot of money. They could just be a succession of films that make more money than they're worth, and that's it. And that'd be cool, and that's fine. As if they flop, then there's obviously business problems. But if they just make they split even, then that's great. Then hunky dory, we're all good. Okay, so I don't want to get too long in the teeth on the news and me shitting all over the news, but I will go over the one news outlet that continues to make themselves more and more irrelevant because they stuck with one thing and they're like, let's talk about the other thing, and now a bunch of other people just be like, I'm gonna write things about shit that I don't fucking know about, and the only way we vet people is based on how well they like video games, and that's IGN. So let's look at their fucking news. Let's see what's so important. Killer Clowns from Space, from Outer Space, the game review in progress. The game review in progress. Let's click on this. So far, this asymmetrical horror game has been action-packed, hilarious, and technically rocky. Cool. Holy shit. This is... There's a poll in the middle of the article. So while you're reading things that you think are supposed to be like knowledge filling, because you're like, I'm actually curious about this, they're like, what if we interact with our audience and have them, play with us a little bit? Anyways, it feels a lot more chaotic and casual. Like, when you have this big ass thing here, like I understand it's like it is a reading thing, and you want people to like, okay, I want to glean the big things. People just want to fucking skim through this shit because I don't want to fucking read this shit because I don't give a shit about this game. Hopefully, there are some readers out there in the world that do give a shit about this, but it's just this is the game review in progress. So they before they put their video review, they put a written article review. So they're saying their video reviews are more important than their written ones because their written ones they publish it and it's a one in review. So it's not even finished. It's not comprehensive. So it's like me live tweeting while watching a movie, being like, "This movie sucks ass. I've been in it for 50 seconds." Or for 20 minutes, this movie sucks ass. I don't understand how we're gonna get to the ending. I don't understand where this character comes from, or whatever the fuck. I don't know. But that's why I'm not a professional reviewer. All right. Furiosa wins domestic weekend, but box office has the worst Memorial Day opening in 30 years. There you go. See, it's the headline. I could have predicted it for you. Ooh, the latest news: the best Honkai Star Rail Boot Hill builds. Ooh, latest news. This is news right here. Look at this news. Let's read the news. As expected from a cyborg space cowboy, Honkai Star Rail's Boot Hill has a way with pistols. That's crazy news. The beginner's guide. Is that news or is that like tutorial? Is this an educational program or is this like an informational program? Okay, how to get Boot Hill. Boot Hill is release date 29th. Modern Horizons, shirtless man. Boot Hill stats. Oh look, they got a character. So information's happening. These are the abilities. Wow, breaking fucking news. Anyway, so I saw Destiny. Did someone say Destiny? Did it have Destiny news? Destiny Pantheon guide. Educational, more educational work. This is no way in me talking shit about the subject matter. I'm just talking about where it comes from and what we're doing about it. Pantheon, one of the most challenging activities in Destiny 2 history, has arrived with an update on April. Remember how I said how this somehow is the same website that talks to you about movies and then forecasts and then industry inside shit? And I also get an extensive guide on a new season of play for a video game. So, okay. It's kind of like if I went to my barber and asked him like, "Hey man, do you know how the best way to prepare this salmon for the sushi night that I'm gonna host?" And he's like, "I got you, fam." Then I'm like, "Why did I come here for this?" It's cool when one person knows a lot of things, and but it's just really hard to find the validity of that, especially when like, I don't know, it's kind of like asking like Neil deGrasse Tyson, explain to me the intricacies of microbiology. And I'm like, this motherfucker is a physicist. And I'm like, I can ask him a bunch of stuff. And he's probably very knowledgeable about a lot of shit. But the intricacies of like something that was out of his field is kind of disingenuous. You know what I'm saying? Okay, here's a rundown of 8 bosses. Okay, here's some guns. Final shape. That's not what we're talking about right now. The ad went away because that's how these people make their money. Look, okay, annual pass, final shape. Okay, the ad just doesn't fucking want me to see the image here. Guys? What's happening? What's IGN? What's happening, guys? Again, unhinged. This isn't the way that Nerd On normally does things. This is it. This is the last of it. Okay, I'm over it. I'm over it. If you guys want to check out IGN for this news thing, then be my fucking guest. I'm going to go to commercial break, and then I'm going to collect some questions. We're going to go to the second part of the show, which is questions. And if you want to send your questions, put them in the chat, or go to nerdon.tv/Discord and join our Discord and put questions in the update channel, or support the show for $1 a month and then go put it on Patreon. And then we answer it quicker on this show. So go do that shit. It's $1 a month. It's way better than the fucking paywall of garbage news that I just showed you that you might be paying for. Yeah, we'll be right back with this sponsored ad from us. There's nothing wrong with being a mutant.
Hey, you! Do you know how much that game costs?
Yeah, a quarter.
Hey, you want
Deal with it.
We don't want you lousy mutants around here.
Stupid jerk arcade manager. Hey!
Girls' night.
Watch where you're going. Us? What bug crawled up her shorts?
Was Rogue wearing gloves? That's dangerous. But kids don't know that. Kids don't know that.
Not be alarmed
I'm the party pooper.
and protect.
I'll take these.
You must like to play cards.
I like solitaire, okay? Let's not go.
Remember just buying some cards? He ran out. That's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. X-Men's like, we're shopping. I need to reload.
Capture.
Target? Capture?
He's like, what, 12, 15 years old? 5 foot, 90 pounds? Tiny.
Must be a sale.
Storm, mistress of the elements, commands you to release that child.
Unidentified mutants. Ignore.
Storm is just a little bit taller than me. Oh, look at that.
All right, we're back from our news, our ad break. Thank you everyone for listening to our sponsors there. That's you. That's it. That's all y'all. Y'all the sponsors. Y'all support the show, and yeah, that was I believe that was episode 1 of the series on this same network. The episode X-Men the animated series season 1 episode 1 reaction. Check it out. It's pretty interesting. Original content, original media coming from an original I think it's like Fox Kids or something like that. Anyways, so we're answering questions. This is a part of the show where we're gonna answer questions, and I didn't pull questions the traditional way because no one's here for me, so I don't need. So no one needs to read off the fucking questions off a list like I normally put it down for them. I can just read it myself. So let's answer some questions. If you got some questions, also put them in the chat. Let's answer this first one. Black Diablo Mamba asking in the chat. Question: what question would you like the chat to answer? The question is, chat, will you or won't you go and like, comment, and sublime every one of the videos that we got on our YouTube channel just to feed the gods? That's all I give a shit. You don't even gotta fucking really like the thing. Just fucking comment on it. Say anything. Say like, I like the part where this guy talks about fucking birds, and that helps out. That helps out immensely, and you guys wouldn't even understand. Secondly, next thing would be those who are patrons. What do you guys want to fucking see? Because I can make everything the live long day, but I also don't want to make things that you guys don't give a shit about. Obviously, I'll make stuff that I give a shit about, but I don't really enjoy X-Men, so I'll check out the rest. You know me. For sure. I know that some people do, and I'm glad because it's kind of like 2 birds, 1 stone. Where it's like, cool, I make something that someone could enjoy, but also I get to watch something I have no memories of. Let's answer the first question in the Discord right now. And the question is, it might be a question we already answered, but I'm going to answer it anyways because I don't give a shit. I liked one. There was a really cool one I liked. Oh, Battery Print asked, what are some of your favorite crossover episodes, and what is one you wish existed? I think House and Monk would have been excellent crossover episode potential. I forget if I said what would be like what was my favorite crossover episode. I mean, I love the crossover moment between Fresh Prince and Family Matters. And it's just an end scene. It's just like children out there. This is not targeted towards you. Y'all just showed up. There used to be shows on television, not on demand. You'd actually have to turn the channel, and you could only watch a TV show at a certain time on a certain channel on a certain day. There's a show called Family Matters.
And then after the show, because it was actually performed and taped in front of a live audience, um, uh, they would do things and the credits would roll, and they might do something fun for the in audience folks, and this kind of gag, like a real gag, not like your stupid influencer prank that hurts people or gets people like, I don't ever want to go outside anymore. Like that shit sucks, and you all need to stop that shit. Like a real prank, like where cast members from another show that might actually be like from a rival network or rivaling the numbers, because at the end of the day, in TV biz, if you're not on top, you're losing. So you have Uncle Phil from Fresh Prince who comes over to the Family Matters set, and it's a really big, it's a funny break the fourth wall, because I forget the actor's name. He's actually in Invincible, cool enough. Carl Winslow is the character, played by Reginald Vell Johnson. He just breaks character, and starts laughing when he sees Uncle Phil, and it's like all like, oh, my friend's brother came into town, and all this stuff. So I love that moment. But cool crossovers I'm thinking of, man. I mean, crossover TV episodes. I just, like you said, Monk and House coming at the same time. That's great. I feel like, man, Supernatural had like definitely all the right to make all like the CW crossover things, and that's just really cool. I wish upon a fish that there could have been like maybe no reservations, where Anthony Bourdain goes to like Hell's Kitchen and is just like, you come here for the ambiance and hear a guy fucking chew out another guy. Like that might be funny. Or like, what if like hopefully, I think he was still around at the time, but like Anthony Bourdain like shows up at the Jersey Shore, and then he just sees that crew partying. He's like, all these people out here being fucking idiots, you gotta watch it. There was a kid who said he does look like the dad from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Yeah, that's what it was. What else would be a cool crossover episode? I think if Mega Man, NT Warrior, and Digimon somehow connected, because it's all the digital world, and like the virus Digimon and then virus busting happened, that'd be kind of sick. What else would be good? Ooh, there's gotta be, okay, so Boy Meets World did have a crossover with, I think, Sabrina the Teenage Witch. So I would want maybe, I mean, it'd be pretty sick to see Boy Meets World and Smart Guy have a crossover, and Topanga and TJ like hate each other because like they both want to be the smart ones in the room. Or like Mr. Feeney gets like outsmarted by yeah. That'd be kind of funny. Ooh, or like, what if it's, I mean, you could do Even Stevens, and I mean, I think Even Stevens had a thing with Wizards of Waverly Place, right? Or Wizard of Waverly Place had a thing with Sweet Life. Yeah, they had a huge mega crossover. Ooh, man. Okay, hold on. Time out. This is a huge throwback. Only like 1% of the world will actually understand this. What if the kids from the Jersey? So this is a Disney Channel show where there's this old ugly Jersey. You put it on, you will get transported inside the body of whatever athlete they had cameo for that episode. But it transported you inside one of the characters of Ted Lasso. Like, that's getting crazy. Or like you do one where it's like supernatural and then so weird. So like Supernatural, they're, it's mom's on tour, Fiona's like on doing a thing, and the Winchesters show up being like, it's a Wendigo, or it's like it's a ghoul, it's a whatever Dean would say.
It's so I think that'd be cool. What else could be cool? Um, ooh. Okay. I got it in my brain. I think. I think. What if they did? I'm trying to find an ensemble. Uh, what if it's Boy Meets World? Because I love Boy Meets World, and like they have to like do some kind of charity fundraiser to save their high school that they're like, let's say they're still in college, that they're like, no, that has such good memories. And then kids from Orange Grove Power Rangers come in to help them with their charity event for like a martial arts tournament. But while they're trying to run that thing, they like, we're too busy doing this to stop whatever bad thing, and then the Boy Meets World people have to use the power grid, and then they become the Power Rangers temporarily for the episode, and then everyone gets to have a field day to be whatever the hell they want. It'd be funny if like Topanga is like Red Ranger and she's like the natural leader of the group, and then for sure Corey is Blue Ranger. Eric would be a very funny Green Ranger. Sean for sure is like, I think Sean would be funny as Yellow Ranger. Anyways, okay, so Fallout and Mad Max crossover. So like Max finds water, but it's radioactive. I don't know enough of Fallout, but I can see it. It's the wasteland. It's the post-apocalypse. TV shows like that, huh? There's nothing. They've already done a lot of like tie-ins with AMC, so like I think you see the blue magic in Walking Dead. I'm pretty sure you see like Jesse's car or something like that. What else could you do? You could probably do. Ooh, no, wrong time period. Can't do that. You could kind of make it like, no. You want a crossover. You want a true crossover where like characters can meet. So, I would want, if they're like that. I guess you can. No. I was like, could you do True Detective and Sopranos? No. If anything, it'd be The Wire and Sopranos. But I think the best. I want to go. I want to go with something with genre, right? Like something crazy. And this will be the last of it. I'll do something with genre. Dragons. Let's skip. Brain is braining. Brain is happening. Ooh. I don't know if the newest True Detective, because I feel like like a lot of people were kind of like hinting at some supernaturally shit. But what if True Detective characters met with Stranger Things, and then you have this whole like Hawkins police force needs extra people to discover why people have gone missing. Anyways, okay, moving on. Let's do another question. Um, let's do another question. Let's see. What do we got here? This is an oldie but a goodie. Eve
Ethan Who asked a while ago, is there anything you've wanted to get into but haven't for some reason? Um, One Piece, because it's so long and daunting, and there's a lot of other shit to get into. Um, what else is there? Lorcana, the Disney trading card game, because I'm already sinking money into another fucking trading card game, and I still want to play Yu-Gi-Oh at some point. So I'm like, God. Something I wanted to get into, but I haven't because for whatever reason. Skydiving, because that shit, like, I want to do it one time for the squad, but I also, like, that's a little scary. And then also, like, money. Um, I really think I need to start getting into Blender because I'm just seeing so many film making applications for it, and I'm like, oh, I think it's calling me. I have to do it. I have to be able to do these like fucking special effects shit and start like making my own actiony and also genre heavy things. What else is there? Lord of the Rings books because I just never had them. But I'll try to get. I'll try. Let's do another question we could just riff on for a while. What other questions? Uh, oh, what's the homework this week? That's a great one. That's a great question. Always have. What's the homework this week? Um, Something to watch, something good. Let me check my Letterbox app because every once in a while I get into something and I'm like, all right. Letterboxed. I do love that movie. I mean, I think I watched Tu Wong Fu. Thanks for everything, Julie Newmar on YouTube. YouTube's free. Look. Let's do that. Let's look at YouTube free. Y'all need to start utilizing the free stuff in the world. That's available because, dude, I know there's the Seven Seas and Scourge and yo ho way of going about things. But you don't have to. You don't have to. Free movies. I should watch The Blackened Mantle. What is that? Okay, look. Free primetime movies. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. Free with ads. Jupiter Ascending. See, I already started watching this. Blades of Glory. The Maze Runner. Over the Hedge. Accepted. South Harmon Institute of Technology. The Truman Show. Dungeons and Dragons. The original. I think you could watch The Fifth Element for free on YouTube. See, look at that. Good shit. Robin Hood. Men in Tights. Alien. Look at that. Also, Kaylee Spaney's in everything now. Like, what was she? She was Priscilla, Civil War. She's going to be in the Knives Out movie, and she's in the new Alien movie. Fury's pretty great. I didn't see it until this year, and shit's pretty good. Shit's pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Beauty and the Beast, the English language version. I don't know what the fuck that. I guess the English. Ratchet and Clank the movie that goes along with the game. Terminator. Look at this. You just get all these classics. Enemy Mine, Selfless. I don't know what the fuck that is. Look at Stargate, the movie that created like 50 TV shows. Synchronic. I don't know what that means. Frankenstein. Time Cop. I remember the ending of that movie. Man, the CGI makes you want to cry. The Blackened Mantle is a fan of the Revenge of the Sith, repurposely colored, restructured, and to be more like a Kurosawa movie. Oh, I mean, all I gotta say, I just need to watch all. If you want a Star Wars more like a Kurosawa movie, all you gotta do is watch Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. There you go. This is the good. That is the good one. That is the most Star Wars you can get without being Star Wars. Also, you could do Revenge of the Sith Japanese dub, and that shit fucking slaps. Not English dub, English sub. English shit. No one cares
Expense
about
reporting,
this.
budgeting, data entry.
You know Bill can help with that.
Bill and sales?
No. Bill is a financial.
Look at this shit. Look at this.
アナキ、
大丈夫何しに来たんだ
あなたが心配でオビワンから恐ろしいことを聞いたの。
どんなことだ
あなたが暗黒面に寝返って。
You hear that shit? You hear that shit, yo? Hold on.
You
Hold on. We gotta get Obi-Wan.
彼女離せ裏切りを仕向けたなお前自身が招いたのだ歯止めは僕のものだお前の怒りと力への渇望が破滅を招いた
You hear that shit? You hear that shit? This sounds hella epic. Anyways, uses the Japanese dub and adjusts on the line subtitles. Ooh, it's pretty cool. Okay, that sounds pretty cool. I might have to check. It's on YouTube. All right, I'll check it out. What's it called? The Blackened Mantle. It's not on YouTube. Okay. But look at it. Look, they got it. They got it. Anyways. Okay, we're gonna end it there, y'all. Thank you all for sticking around for this really weird off the wall update with me, Tom, coming at you. Let me know who we can raid. Tell me what you thought. And what's your favorite part of the update? And if I made any sense, or was this just me being fucking random and talking about absolutely anything I could talk about? There are some real reflections of things I've been thinking about in terms of the industry for a long time, and I'm absolutely gonna abuse my platform to say it. So yeah, let's go and find someone we can raid over to. If you have a suggest, put it in now, or else I'm gonna put it in anyone. I'm gonna give you 5 seconds. 5 seconds for anyone you want me to raid, and then the raid phrase is gonna be is there something in Furiosa that they say is pretty good? Nope. I'm off to bed. Miss Gina Darling, Andy Cortez, or Axial Matt. Let's do Gina Darling. Nope. Really? I might not miss Gina. Oh my god, really? I had to do both. Oh, they're playing Hades too. All right, well, that's it. There's no raid phrase. Just say nerd on. All right, take care. Y'all all know the drill. As always, nerd on.
And then he's punished.
Yeah.
Over and over again.
Oh my goodness.
All
I
of
will
it.
say, I mean, apparently in the manga, there's so much more story.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
like
Yeah.
Wolfwood, his